So the Tessellation is the new pre-order weapon. Similar to the Quicksilver Storm from Lightfall, if you pre-order Final Shape, you will receive the Tessellation right now. And we're going to find out if it's worth your hard-earned cash or if it's just a niche weapon that'll sit in your vault or lonely, never to feel the touch of a woman. Sorry, getting a little personal there. So, is the Tessellation pay to win? Before we do take a look at it, do you want to win a copy of Final Shape and get the Tessellation? Well, I'm giving a copy away. For every donation to No Kid Hungry in the description below, I'll enter you into the giveaway for the copy of Final Shape. Anyway, onto the video. So what is the Tessellation? The Tessellation is an energy fusion rifle. But Jack, it doesn't have an element. And you're right, and that's because it takes on the element of your subclass, which means it also gives us a way to run triple strand or triple stasis weapons. Cool, right? The Tessellation is built like an adaptive frame fusion rifle, meaning it is solid in both PvE and PvP. And it's fairly consistent at killing enemy guardians in one burst at a reasonable range. It also has an alternate fire mode that essentially turns this thing into a rocket launcher that does an insane amount of damage. So let's look at the perks. The Tessellation's perks are Property Undecidable. This weapon instrument topology adapts its damage type to match your equipped subclass. Final blows grant grenade energy. And Property Irreducible. Consume your grenade to load a large projectile shape language that generates an elemental explosion on kill. So by consuming your grenade, you're going to be able to fire this rocket, and if you kill enough enemies, you will have your grenade fully refunded, and then you can simply do it again. This rocket will insta-kill a guardian in PvP if you hit a direct impact, but the fusion rifle without the special ability still does work quite well in PvP. A fun little glitch before we continue: at the time of filming, there is a glitch with the Tessellation where if you're a Stormcaller Warlock specifically and you swap grenades, you can use the special ability unlimited times. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, let's continue. The PvE performance. The Tessellation in PvE performs very well, and that's because it takes the element of your subclass and it can synergize perfectly with a lot of builds, especially when you focus on keywords like volatile or radiant. And because of its alternate fire mode, it's able to clear adds exceptionally well. Defeat a few enemies with the projectile and you'll have your grenade back ready to load it up again. It also does some crazy impact damage, so you can use it to take out more tanky enemies. And it does pack a decent punch against a boss. Outside of its alternate fire mode, it's a fairly standard fusion rifle, nothing special. It's just like running a standard fusion rifle, but with Demolitionist. So what can you synergize it with? Because of its unique ability to copy your subclass's element, it pairs amazingly with a few things, especially this season since the recent buffs and artifact perks. So on the artifact, we have Monochromatic Maestro. This is perfect for the weapon. Dealing ability damage buffs your weapon damage of the same element and vice versa. Armor pieces like Foe Tracer, Mask of Bacarius, Mantle of Battle Harmony, Path of the Burning Steps, Eternal Warrior, and probably a lot more can all be used to buff your weapon damage with a specific element. It also allows you to run Strand or Stasis build and using triple Strand or Stasis weapons, meaning you can run mods like Weapon Surges, Reserves, Scavengers, and they will all benefit every single one of your weapons. This means you can buff your damage considerably if you're running the right combination of buffs, and it can pack an even bigger punch with its alternate fire. This makes it super flexible to slot into whatever build you please. Instead of building around the weapon builds around you. So the PvP performance. Now granted, fusion rifles are pretty good in PvP, and they have been for a while, especially with the likes of main ingredient running around. But this isn't a precision frame, it's an adaptive. So it'll deal 39 damage in PvP to an opposing guardian, meaning with a full burst you can still one-shot anyone, and below 8 resilience you only need to hit 5 shots in the burst. This makes the weapon fairly reliable if you can control it. The alternate fire mode isn't really worth it since you'll need to hit them directly, but if you are able to hit them with splash damage and then follow up with another weapon, they should die, especially if you're using a scout rifle or a hand cannon. So is the Tessellation pay to win? Well, while the bug is around, maybe a little bit. While it is a very unique fusion rifle and a very good one at that, I wouldn't put it in the pay-to-win category. Many other weapons can absolutely compete with it despite its powerful, unique perks. Is it a good weapon? Absolutely. Can you get through things without it? Absolutely. But I can't imagine this weapon making such a massive difference and making a mission that much easier for you. That's all for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you want to connect with me, my Twitter, Twitch, and Discord are all in the description below. And until next time, happy Final Shape, Guardian.